I can't know. I can't know. If they find out, they'll hurt me. I can't know. I can't know. I can't. If they know, then they won't protect me anymore. I fucked it all up. I fucked everything up. And it was okay. It was okay. It was okay. I can't. But if they find out, then everything is done. I can't know. I can't know. They can't know. They can't know. I can't know. If, if they don't protect me, then they can't know. They can't know. If they don't, then they won't help. I can't tell them they can't know. They can't know. They can't know. They can't know. I shouldn't have done it. I can't. No. I shouldn't have done it. I shouldn't have done it. Morgan was right, and I shouldn't have done it. And I. Just go. Just leave.
What kind of friend would I be if I just left?
I threatened you.
Do what now?
I said I threatened you.
You're threatening me now.
But the others aren't here now. You trusted me, and I threatened you with the things you told me. I never should have said anything.
You see a gun in my hand.
No. You don't need a gun, do you?
Nervous.
No.
Frightened.
No.
Terrified.
You called her?
Called whom?
I can see her out the door.
Put the gun down.
No.
Yes.
No.
Why are you pointing a gun?
Because I made a mistake.
How so?
I shouldn't have threatened. That's what they said. They said don't threaten the people who didn't hurt you back, and I shouldn't have threatened, and I did, and I shouldn't have. And that was a mistake.
Who did you threaten again?
Doesn't matter.
Because you're pointing a gun at the two people that arguably care more about you than most. So it must be really bad if you're pointing a gun at us.
You know, to be honest, if we really wanted, you can get one of us, sure. You wouldn't get us both in time. We might as well put the gun down and talk like a human. Like an adult.
shouldn't have done it. Morgan was right, and I shouldn't have used it. And now they all know, and now everybody knows, and now Pluto is going to probably want to kill me, and that's great, and I have to deal with that, and if they know, then they'll probably tell the others, and then nobody will want to protect me anymore, and then I have to...
How about you start protecting yourself?
Isn't that what I'm doing right now?
Not really. You came out to hide. You're pointing a gun at the only two people willing to help you with this. No ego involved. Nothing to gain from you. Like it or not, we're more your family than the other two.
Until you leave, too.
We came, didn't we?
Why are
Everybody...
you so
think I've-
certain that we're going to leave?
Because everybody does. That's what people do. You should
When
know
have
that.
we ever been like anybody else that you've ever met? Ever? You said so yourself. You've never met anybody like me or Edward, correct? So why in the world would you stack us up against anybody else?
Because everybody else is the same.
Now we're in a circular argument. We're not the same, so therefore we can't be judged by everybody else.
I have to wear a mask around them all.
Why?
Because if they knew the truth, they wouldn't want to help me.
And what's the truth? I know it, you know it. Edward knows it. I just want to hear you say it.
I'm the monster.
By whose standards?
Everyone's.
One, not everyone's. Two, why do you care what everybody else thinks is a monster or not?
Because if they see it, they won't help.
Do you think people think we're monsters?
Yes.
Do you think people have helped us more than once?
Yes.
So why do you think people don't help monsters? People help what's good for them. And you are good for them. Just because you turned out to be a little psychopath doesn't mean that you're not still helpful to them.
I don't like that name.
And I don't like to be called a monster by everybody, but we are what we are.
You made them mad.
Whom?
Pluto and Riley.
Oh, get over yourself. You're going to make people mad from time to time.
And have you talked to them?
No.
Then how do you know they're A, mad at all, B, still mad, or C, give a shit? You live in your head right now, Miss Evie. That's a very dangerous place to live for anyone. You assume that they're mad at you. You assume that they want to kill you or get back at you for some reason. You assume all the other gangs are going to stab you in the back because for some reason they magically were there witnessing everything when it was just a few of us.
You're poisoning your own well.
He put it much more succinctly than I did.
I don't. The things I said, what I saw. I saw them all
You wish they
standing
weren't
there.
true.
Yes,
Hmm?
but it's what I thought I might see. You say test the experiment. You say test and see what happens, and if it's what we expect to happen, then we don't learn anything from it. But it's what I expected to happen, and I did learn from it.
Did you? Because you're hiding in a little shit cabin in the middle of nowhere. You haven't learned anything yet. You can learn by talking to those people that you think are pissed at you. Did you think that Edward and I would be mad at you?
With the threats that I made,
Mm-hmm.
yes,
Are we?
I don't know.
Why don't you try asking?
Are you?
No. Edward, are you mad at her for what she said yesterday?
If I was mad at her, I wouldn't have came looking with her or looking for her and stopped completely. When I came inside, I would just put a bullet in her.
Insane. Your conclusions are unfounded because you're not asking the right questions.
What are the right questions?
Ask the people. You're assuming everything. You're assuming the conclusion of your own experiment. That's always a dangerous thing. What does the facts tell you so far about two people that you thought were mad at you?
Riley texted my phone, trying to see if I was okay.
Does that sound like someone that's mad at you?
No.
And here you have two people that you thought were mad at you. Edward didn't shoot you in the face, and I followed his location tracker so I could be here to ensure that you're all right. So would you say that either one of us are mad at you?
I don't know. Logic dictates no, but
So follow the logic. Why would you question otherwise?
because I threatened. I threatened somebody I shouldn't have threatened.
Do you really think that Mr. Pluto or Miss Riley
That's
or
not who she threatened.
I thought we were on the whole concern that Mr. Pluto will go and tell people.
Go on.
If I missed something, fill the gap.
Speak bluntly.
I don't want to.
Oh, don't leave me in the lurch.
I didn't. I shouldn't have. It's off limits, and I shouldn't have even said it. And I don't know why I did.
Well, you said it, so it's out in the open.
I
Say
was
it again.
heated, and I shouldn't have.
And who did you threaten?
Stay with your chest. You did the other night.
Your daughter.
I thought you were implying someone else.
Where is our daughter, Miss Evie?
I don't know.
Do you know she's in the country?
No,
Do you know she's on the continent?
no.
Your threat means nothing to me.
I still shouldn't have made it. Not to you.
You played a hand and lost.
Is this what this is all about?
You were right, I can't keep my mouth shut sometimes. But I'll do better. I will.
Edward, at any point in time, did you think that she would really go after the little one?
No. She's a murderer. She doesn't have the heart for that, though.
How do you know?
Because you're so freaked out and apologetic now. For words, not the deed itself.
We all have primitive thoughts, base thoughts, things that we would say but never do. What we say doesn't necessarily mean what we are capable of doing, though. Our base brain says one thing, but our more intelligent side of our brain says others. Keeps that primitive side down instead of going around clubbing each other to death. You realize there's better ways to handle our situations.
Are you able to learn anything from it? The test?
Quite a bit.
Anything useful?
Everything's useful. All data's useful.
You're not mad at me?
Once more, if we were mad, she wouldn't even got the call. I would put a bullet in your head when you was on the couch and didn't notice me yet. You wouldn't have known it was coming. I'd already be on the way home. Given up. Would have told Red I didn't find you, you'll show up eventually. You always do. And when you didn't, well, would mourn for you. The
That's
fact that we're having this conversation now should settle your thoughts. Because I'm not going to have a conversation with a corpse.
I understand.
Or someone that's not worth our time.
I don't feel like other people, I don't think.
Nor should
No, you don't.
you. Why do you assume that you should, though?
Logic dictates I should.
Logic
have the
has no
beginning
place in
stage.
emotions.
You show beginning signs of psychopathy, like most world leaders have, most scientists have. It's more common than you think.
Mm-hmm.
It doesn't feel like that.
How would you know?
True. When Hector died on the table, the only thing I cared about was the data.
Mm-hmm.
It's the same for anybody else that I've tested on. They're not names, they're
Numbers.
numbers.
Why do you think I give everybody numbers?
Because it takes away the... I don't know.
The person.
Yes.
I could be talking about guinea pigs, monkeys, or people, but you would never know by a number. It's dehumanizing and somewhat fun to do, but at the end of the day, that's all they are.
Just numbers.
And that's why I ask you again, Miss Evie, why do you feel that it's necessary for you to compare yourself to the cattle? Just because you don't feel the way that they expect you to feel or dictate that you should? Seems silly.
I'm not like them. I'm better than them.
Oh, I think everyone's the same, on the same playing field. But you might have more use than others. But you shouldn't compare yourself to them. That's just foolish. How they dictate you're supposed to feel is all society based. It's all socially acceptable, but why?
Because if Cyrus knew how I felt, or if Hart knew how I felt, or if anybody else like that knew how I felt, they wouldn't understand.
You're
Do they need
correct.
to?
They'll think there's
Why
something
do?
wrong with me and I am broken. But I don't think I am.
Let them think what they wish.
It shouldn't
Cyrus
change how
has
you feel about yourself.
plenty of thoughts about me. Hart has plenty of thoughts about me. Has it stopped anything I do?
No.
I like one of those people.
Heart.
No.
I
He's
don't-
broken goods.
I don't want Cyrus to know, but Pluto and Riley know, and they're gonna tell, and it's gonna trickle down, and
No. Play the game. Go speak with them.
Mm-hmm.
Use the gas. It muddled your mind. You have no idea what that was. That's not the real you, and you're willing to show it.
so lie to them. I'm better at lying than you think I am.
Ah, you're great at lying. I'm just better at it than you.
Let's not get ahead of ourselves here.
We did stay captains of EMS for months. Don't get me wrong, you've stayed in your position for longer and have been more successful at certain things, but don't forget who ripped our own masks off. Come now. You think that somebody like John Cord could have gotten away from Edward without some kind of intention?
No.
Exactly. If we wanted to, we'd still be EMS captains doing what we do.
The difference between you and us is we're theatrical.
For your protection, it's better that you stay the way that you are. But just because you put on a mask and a face, just because you don't feel those feelings, don't let it make you feel lesser. That's just silly. Just realize what you're doing. You're putting on a stage show to protect yourself.
That's what I've been doing my whole life.
And then why does it bother you now?
I don't.
Because you feel like you should be feeling that way.
Yes.
But you don't. So now it's your turn to embrace it. Called growing up, little one. We embrace who we are. You may wish to be normal, but
I don't
normal's
want to be
boring.
normal.
Well, then stop pretending like you do.
I want. I want things to keep going as they were, but I don't want you. I know it sounds stupid. I didn't want you to think differently of me for wanting, or not caring, or. Which makes no sense, because everything's just confusing in my head. I don't care who we experiment on. I don't care who's under my knife. But I care what you think of me, and I don't know why.
Respect is different than any other kind of emotion. You seek respect.
But it's different from
I'll be outside a moment.
it's different from you than the others.
Because you don't respect the others.
I
The others treat you like a child. You can't argue that any of the people in red treat you like a child.
They've always treated me like a child. But they
Mhm.
also... I know they care about me, though.
Of course they do. But they'll always see you as a child.
I'm not a
The
child
reason why you
anymore.
Regardless of age, that doesn't matter. You're gifted in a different way that they see, but it's secondary to everything else.
It makes sense. I do respect you. Not anybody else before. I want to learn from you. From both of you. I You're the first few people I think are smarter than me.
There you go, comparing yourself again.
I am smarter than most people.
That we do not doubt.
But I know I have stuff I can learn from you.
And vice versa, I'm sure. That's the difference. Now the question remains, is it respect, or do you just need something from us?
I don't think it's need. Because I can figure things out on my own. This is different. I want to work with you. But it's not just work, which is weird for me. I don't understand it. I don't know how else to explain.
Because it's not just work. Work is diminutive of what we do.
My research is not work, it's a passion.
There it is. Passions align.
I don't think I've ever had a passion. It's all just puzzles to figure out.
Then your passion, so to speak, is figuring things out. Something stumps you, you want to come to its conclusion. Till the next thing puzzles you.
That sounds about right.
And that's why I say passions align. None of our research will ever be done. There'll always be something more we can do with it.
That's
As
why
roots
I like
gas.
science.
Exactly.
It never ends. It keeps going. It sustains and it's fun.
Mm-hmm. You need to lean into that then.
I'm sorry I ran. I'm sorry I made you come find me. I just...
make? You didn't make us do anything. Could have left you to it. You would have came back to town eventually. You need food, water, supplies.
And let's
One of
face it,
my
this
people or
place-
one of Red would have saw you.
I
This
don't know.
place is hardly. This place would not keep your interest.
No, but it makes for a good hideout. Except for the fact that a lot of people know it's here.
And they know of the hole that's in the ground.
Yeah. I am sorry for the threats. And I promise it won't happen again. Can I at least see the results from the test?
I'll leave that up to Edward. It's his
The
research.
video. Recording. I'll allow you to see the recording if you wish.
Okay. And all the rest of it?
Why are you so curious?
'Cause I want to know.
Earn it.
How?
Figure it out.
Okay. I can
Call it trust building.
Because I lost trust or because I'm earning more?
Because you're earning more. If you lost trust, as I said, you'd be off this bullet in the head. Boo-hoo in a few months when we actually found your corpse.
That's not necessary. Okay. I'll earn it then. Should probably get out of here. This place is tetanus waiting to happen.
Go on then. Be careful of the murder kitty outside.
There's a murder king outside?
I had to jump down a cliff to make sure I didn't get attacked.
This is Dr. Edward Crane. In the middle of something. What you need, buddy?
Can we climb that? There's a pathway somewhere.
You got it, brother.
I
See ya.
don't think you can climb that.
Not with that attitude.
Whoa! There. Got it. Oh, hey, a murder kitty.
Mm-hmm.
I watched somebody get eaten by one once. Ziggy fed somebody to one. It was fun.
Dude, excuse me, ladies. I'm going to be in my head for a bit.
Ziggy did a lot of stuff. He's somebody you would have liked to experiment on.
Oh,
Yeah. But he did a lot of drugs. Like a lot of drugs.
that can sometimes be a fun side project.
He was addicted to coke. He gave me coke once when I was like 13.
Hmm.
It looked gross, so I didn't try it.
Good idea.
I don't really like drugs, but I like candy rope.
Wow. Some cannabis here and there is not a problem. I believe that Edward's car is somewhere over here. I found it while we were trying to find you.
He left his car over?
Mm-hmm.
Why?
You went on foot. Figured if you heard a car, you would run away.
He's not wrong.
Let's see if I can find it again.
What's that?
Your car.
Take a right. And take another right.
You sure?
And take a left. Yep.
I don't see it.
And stop.
There it is.
Oh.
This is where my search started.
So we go to the lab, get her changed.
Well, it depends on what she wants to wear.
Something better than sweatpants and an oversized jacket, I would assume.
Hey, don't knock the sweatpants and an oversized jacket. It's comfy.
Oh, I'm knocking it.
Wow.
I'll meet you ladies there.
Just 'cause I have better fashion sense.
Then whom?
No one?
I was gonna say, I know you're not speaking of me.
You should try wearing the oversized jacket and the sweatpants sometimes. It's comfortable.
Over my dead body.
That could be arranged. But not
Are
by
we
me.
making threats again?
No? No, no. I kind of like that y'all know how I feel.
If I can be frank with you, Miss Evie, nothing you said during that episode, we'll say, surprised me in the least.
Why?
Sure, I didn't know all of the details, but to say that I was surprised by any of the feelings that you kept hidden or pushed down, that would be a lie if I said I was surprised.
You already sort of knew?
Miss Evie, it takes a very special person to stomach what we do. Sure, you wanted to say it was because of the numbers or the science or the proving your point or whatever you want to cover it with, but deep down we all know that that wasn't an issue.
No.
And that's okay.
It is?
Of course. Come along.
I still like the oversized jacket and the jeans. They're comfy.
Mm-hmm.
Better?
Much.
Okay. Ta-da.